Hi, my name is Daniel. I'm a huge Iron Maiden fan. Thank you for tuning in. Please leave any comments at the end of the clip. Today I'm going to be talking about Summer in Time and the years of 1986, 1987, and their tour and everything else. And okay, so I would like to begin here with vinyl. Okay, this is the original vinyl from 1986. My family and I, we moved to the US that year, and this is pretty much one of the first things I bought back then, you know. I remember the day I bought it. It was just great. It was just such an excitement. It was the first thing that I bought living in the US, you know, for myself, you know, and I absolutely loved it. This is the same record that I've had since then until now. And one of my favorite records this is actually my second favorite Iron Maiden record. It's my wife's favorite record, but my second favorite record. My favorite one is Power Slave. My third one is Brave New World. But anyways, this is a fantastic album. And I have this one that is, you know, the American edition. It has been already opened. And I also have this, which my brother gave to me. That year I bought it, and pretty much the same day that I bought it, he was somewhere else and he bought one too. And he didn't know that I had already bought one, so I kept this one, of course, and I never opened it. This is from 1986 until now. It's completely mint, in perfect condition. I kept it just the way it was back then, you know. Well, I gotta say, you know, for most Iron Maiden fans, this is probably the greatest album cover that they ever made. If not one of the greatest album covers of all time in heavy metal history, you know. There are many interviews and things, statements that Derek Riggs had done over the years about this artwork. And he said that it took him about 4 months or so to complete this whole thing. And he swore that he would never work on anything this elaborate and complicated. He said many times that it just took so much energy out of his life to produce this artwork, you know. And I think this thing led to the eventual, you know, decision that he took just like 4 years afterwards to just stop working with the band, you know. I think he was exhausted. He did so much amazing work for the band, and I think he was just completely tired. But this one album may have contributed to his decision a lot, in my opinion. I don't know. But anyways, here are the two re-editions. This is the black vinyl and the picture disc. Both of them gatefold. And again, I never opened them. I kept them, you know, exactly the way they are. I don't plan to open them ever. This is the picture disc one, which is, you know, absolutely incredible. But like I had explained in many of my videos before, you could see that the difference in the intensity of the color is extremely different. Okay, the original album is just brighter and more impactful and just more vivid, you know. They also messed around in the picture disc edition with the Iron Maiden logo there. They made it much bigger in Somewhere in Time. They moved the artwork so that some of it is, I don't know, it's out of whack. It's kind of out of proportion, you know. I don't know why they did that. They didn't need to do anything like that. It was perfect the way it was, you know. But yeah, in both of the re-editions that they made, I mean, I love it, and I appreciate the idea that they re-edited all of the material. But again, in either of the versions that they made, you know, the color is just off. And more importantly, the detail you know, Derek Riggs went through so much horror and pain trying to capture every imaginable detail of Eddie, like the cables and the muscles and every detail in his body and everything. And unfortunately, in the reissues, much of that detail is just gone. It's just not there, you know. But still a great album, still a great thing. This is the Bolivian reissue. I had shown in my previous video the one about Live After Death, the Bolivian edition from Live After Death. This is, like I had explained also, in the Bolivian editions, you know, the front, they would do it on color, but the back, they would do it black and white, you know. And my brother kind of painted a few things here and there. But it's still a very sought-after piece, very valuable for what I understand. Not easy to get, again, even living here now. Now I live in Bolivia again. Even living in Bolivia, it's not easy to find it. It took me a long time to find the second volume of Life After Death. Then we have here the Wasted Years maxi single. This is the American edition, hard, you know, cardboard-like paper. But this is a first edition, American edition of that album, of that single. Okay, here you have, it includes all the dates and places of the tour from 86, 87. It's a great thing to have, you know. I also have the picture disc shaped record of Wasted Years, which is absolutely great. I love this one very much. I don't have many of these shaped discs. My favorite one is the Trooper shaped disc, and I don't have that. I've been looking for that. I've been trying to buy that. That's a great thing. It's just a single that they re-edit. They did that, you know, with the shaped form, you know. Then there's the Stranger in a Strange Land. Okay, this is also the American edition. Much like the Somewhere in Time cover, this is such a beautiful artwork, you know. This is so well made and so magnificent. And everybody compares Eddie here to Clint Eastwood, you know. But I get more the feel of like Terminator and Star Wars. I mean, he does look a lot like Terminator. In the first Terminator movie, there's the scene where Arnold, you know, he kind of removes his eye because it's been damaged, and he looks a lot like that from that scene. I don't know if you guys remember that. And the many weird characters, you know, that they have in the cantina. And let me show you something. This is actually an alien from the cantina from Star Wars, okay, which is in the background, but it looks an awful lot like one of these creatures here, you know. I don't know if Derek Riggs did this intentionally, knew about it, saw that, I don't know. But to me, this cover, more than being reminiscent of Clint Eastwood, to me it's more like Star Wars and Terminator. I don't know. And here's the picture disc of that record. Great, fantastic thing. All of these are from 1986, 87. Okay, first issues, you know, first release. Then here I have the Castle Record edition of the album, and like I've shown before, if there's one thing that you should have in your collection, it is this. Okay, they're not difficult to find. They're fantastic pieces. They're all double. These are the first times that the band had reissued a record, and they, you know, they reissued the sound. They improved the sound. It's a much better quality kind of recording, and at the same time, it includes the second CD that includes the remastered re-recorded versions of all the maxi singles. So this is a precious, great thing to have. Not very difficult to find on eBay. Not that expensive either, you know. Then there's the other reissues that they made. Let me see here. This is the first reissue that came with Eddie the Head, the box set of Eddie the Head, and this is the first time that they included the CD-ROM version of it. Okay, yeah. The one thing about the Castle record reissues is that the first ones that they came out with, they were like very plain and simple. As they continued to improve and do better things with that re-edit, the booklets got a little bit better. Okay, more detailed and longer, and with the lyrics and everything else. But in the reissues that they came out with, you know, in the early 2000s, yeah, the booklets and everything, they're much, much better, much more complete, many more pictures, and a lot more information about the band, and I don't know, there's a lot more. Okay, it's better made, and of course all of these issues, they came with the CD-ROM version of it. Okay, so you could stick it in your computer, and you would get like additional things and the videos and everything else. And this is the of the same kind of line. This is the mini vinyl. This is the replica of the vinyl record, a miniature version of it. They even recreated the sleeve with the lyrics and everything, even though it's almost completely impossible to read without a loop, you know. But it's a great thing. It's a beautiful piece. It has a great nostalgic feel to it. Very nice, very well made. This is the new edition, which I haven't been able to complete. They're not easy to get here in Bolivia now, especially with the pandemic and everything. It's just been tough. Two things that I absolutely love about these editions is just, you know, the quality of the paper. It's incredible. It's much brighter, shinier. It has a more crisp feel to them, you know. It's more durable, okay. It's kind of like plasticky, waxy kind of feel to it, but it's really well made. But the one thing that I absolutely love of these recordings is the sound quality. Every single one of these things that I bought, they have remastered the sound so beautifully, so incredibly, with such intricate detail. You could feel every movement of every guitar, everything. It's just a fantastic thing. The other reissue thing is the singles that they came out with, you know, between 2015 2019. These are great. They're exact replicas of the singles, and yeah, fantastic pieces to have. Of course, the latest reissue came out with this, you know, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in the following video. You know, these box sets that they had, that came with one of the action figures and this patch. Okay, nice thing to have. Alright, so I'm going to do a second video continuing to talk about Summer in Time, and I'm going to show a few things about the show that I saw back then, and a few things about the merchandise that they made.